Hi Poke fans, Harry here, and recently a trailer got released for Pokemon Legends ZA, and that was insane. I never thought that there would be another Pokemon Legends game, especially coming this soon, and set in Kalos, and I thought that we would either have like a Legends Johto if they were doing Legends, or I thought we could get a Unova remake. But a Legends game set in Kalos was insane and crazy. And this video is breaking down the trailer for all the hidden Easter eggs and details in it. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below, and let's get in to the video. So, the trailer starts off with a confidential urban redevelopment plan, which we learn later in this trailer is for Lumio City. And apparently, Legends ZA is set entirely within Lumio City, so it's different from any other Pokemon game we have ever seen. So, I wonder how they're going to do like a Legend style just set within one city. And then the next screen reads a vision of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon. So this is obviously what the redevelopment plan is about. And just reading this like sentence, it makes me think of a lot of Lysander and Team Flare's plan. And of course, Team Flare's goal, Lysander's goal, was to create a more beautiful world. And this sentence reads very much like that, like beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon, a vision, of beautiful coexistence between people and Pokemon, is giving me very Lysander, Team Flares, let's rebuild the world type of mentality, especially as this is a redevelopment plan for Lumio City. The trailer then switches to a hand drawing of Lumio City, creating a quite historical feeling, a bit more like Legends Arceus, which of course was set in the past. However, then suddenly it switches to like a light up animation, creating a more futuristic feeling, and of course, with this happening, a switch between a historical feeling and a futuristic feeling, obviously then very strong parallels with Scarlet and Violet, because obviously Scarlet had past Paradox Pokemon, and Violet had future Paradox Pokemon, so a bit of a parallel there. However, with the futuristic feeling, we stay with that, and before we move into this futuristic landscape, a star shape is shown. And actually, this star shape that just pops up was actually shown on the confidential urban redevelopment plan for Lumio City. And that makes me think, is this like a precursor to Team Flare, or is this like a future add-on of Team Neo Flare? So maybe this organisation with the star isn't as nice as we think. And also, just talking of a star, it also gives me a bit of, at least Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon vibes, with, of course, an Necrozma creating a star on the game art on the box with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So maybe we might even see Ultra Beasts in Kalos, which would be insane and crazy, and of course, a first. And then the trailer comes back to the lit-up animated Lumio City, and the screen follows Pikachu because, of course it does, because Pikachu is the mascot of Pokemon. So as the camera tracks Pikachu, we see him run past 3 Letlios and a male and female Pyro. As we continue to follow him, he runs past 4 Flabébés, also a Klefki, and also a matron form Furfrou. Of course, Furfrou has many different forms, and we see several of them throughout this trailer. And next he runs past 2 bird Pokemon. I don't know whether it's a Fletchling or a Fletchinder. Of course, they're from the same group, same evolutionary line, but I couldn't make out whether it was a Fletchling or a Fletchinder, but we see Fletchling's evolution later on in this trailer. And then we go to a trainer trying to catch a Dragonair with the help of their Halucha, and from this shot, you can just see in the background, you can just make out Lumio's tower, which is, of course, going to be the centerpiece of this game. And of course, Lumio's tower in the anime and the games is the Lumio's gym, and the Lumio's gym specialises in electric types, and the gym leader, Clement, was actually a travelling companion of Ash throughout the Kalos region. However, moving on from that, we then next see a Gyarados, which can be seen just under this bridge, and then on top of the bridge we see a Dandy form Furfrou, a Hippopotas, and as the screen draws out, we also see a Go-Goat, a Molga, and an Absol, as well as a few other Pokemon that I just can't make out. However, the trailer then swaps from following Pikachu passing different people and Pokemon to a battle between an Aegislash and a Sylveon. Of course, Aegislash being a new Pokemon in the Kalos region, and Sylveon, of course, was introduced as one of the first fairy types, of course, being in the Kalos region. And in the background of this battle between the Aegislash and the Sylveon, a Kabuku form Furfrou, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, but just another form of Furfrou can be seen. Also a Crocodile, and a Pinsir, and a Heracross. Of course, Pinsir and Heracross both have Mega Evolutions in Pokemon X and Y. And then, moving on from this battle, the screen follows Talonflame, of course, the evolution of Fletchinder, which of course is the evolution of Fletchling. And he passes an Eevee, which of course Eevee can evolve into Sylveon, and also a Bellsprout and an Onix, as well as several other Pokemon that I can't make out. And then the trailer makes its way to Lumio's tower, and the screen pans up, and we see a Fletchling, which of course is the base form of Talonflame, round Lumio's tower. And of course, Fletchling was the Pokemon that woke up the player character at the start of the Kalos games, and also it woke up Serena in the first episode of the Kalos anime. So it makes sense why Fletchling gets a prominent spot in this trailer. And then we get a top-down view of Lumio's city shown, and then it transitions from the light-up animation, which is what most of this trailer has been about, back into the drawing style that started this trailer. Of course, again, giving futuristic and past vibes, and maybe these come together in a more unifying way than what we've seen in Scarlet and Violet, and also Pokemon Legends Arceus. And then this is where we get the confirmation that the confidential urban redevelopment plan is for Lumio's city. And then the screen cuts to black, and the title is first revealed as Pokemon Legends Z. Of course, a reference to the fact that Pokemon Z was the third enhanced Kalos game that was never made. Everyone was expecting a Pokemon Z. However, for Kalos, we only got Pokemon X and Y, and Zygarde never got his own Pokemon game. But now we are finally getting something that will be at least hopefully centered around Zygarde, because they definitely put Legends Z straight first for a reason. However, it is quickly revealed that the full title is Pokemon Legends Z A, and that is just crazy. However, something you may not have noticed is that if you rearrange those two letters from ZA, you can form a Z. Now, if you're wondering why this is important, AZ was a character in the Kalos games, Pokemon X and Y. And AZ was the former king of the Kalos region 3,000 years before the events of X and Y. And he was kind of a big deal in the lore of X and Y because basically there was a massive war that broke out in the Kalos region, and that is laid throughout Pokemon X and Y, and Pokemon kind of got drafted to fight in this war, and AZ's partner, Eternal Flower Floette, also got drafted into this war. And unfortunately, his Floette was killed in that war, and AZ was so heartbroken that he created a machine to bring his Floette back to life, and it did work. However, AZ was mad at the world that killed his Pokemon to begin with, and he turned that machine that brought life into a ultimate weapon that slaughtered hundreds of people and Pokemon. And of course, this machine is a parallel to Xerneas and Yveltal, two of the legendary Pokemon of the Kalos region. Of course, Xerneas bringing life, which AZ did to bring back his Eternal Flower Floette, and also Yveltal that takes life when AZ turned that weapon, well, when AZ turned that machine into a weapon. And basically, seeing what had happened, AZ's Floette left him, and AZ stepped down and buried the ultimate weapon. However, this is what Lysander finds during the events of Pokemon X and Y to try and basically restart the world. Of course, his plans are thwarted by the player character, and AZ's Floette does eventually return to him after showing how remorseful he is at the end of Pokemon X and Y. But to close out this trailer, the Mega Evolution symbol is shown, revealing Mega Pokemon are returning. And that is just, I am so psyched. I think Mega Evolution is the best gimmick we have had out of Megas, Z-Moves, Dynamax, Terrestrialization. I say Terrestrialization is the second best, but it doesn't come close in my mind to Mega Evolution. Of course, Mega Evolution was the gimmick of Generation 6, the generation that Kalos debuted in, and it carried on basically through Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but once we got to Sword and Shield, Mega Evolution was dropped along with Z-Moves. However, it is back for Pokemon Legends, well, ZA, and I am so psyched for it. And then, of course, Pokemon Legends ZA will be releasing worldwide in 2025. So they are taking a bit of time with it, which I am all for, because there have been a couple of bugs with the last few Pokemon games. So hopefully that means that they're taking their time. Hopefully 2025 is long enough. I mean, it is a full year, and I'm sure they've been working on it before they announced the release of it in this trailer. But I am so psyched for it. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited for Pokemon Legends ZA? Are you excited about Mega Evolution returning? And also, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, also subscribe, and share it out. I will see you in the next one.